Yo, so you sent me this video of this guy. He's on TikTok. He's on Twitter. He goes by Beauty Marked, right? That's the ad name. I'm not calling him beautiful, but that's the ad name. Okay. Now, in this video, he was in the car. He said, "Yo, I'm just coming back from Austin, Texas, because I was supposed to be on Joe Rogan podcast. They filmed in Austin, Texas." He said, and it was the worst experience I've had in my life because Joe apparently was very hostile because the guy, he be on Twitter and TikTok breaking down how all of these corporations are owned by real estate agents. I know who we
Yes.
talking about, right? So he said Joe was basically trying to call him crazy for his, and then he said, I was showing him like clear as day who runs what companies, who runs what companies, stuff like that. And I'm showing him, and he kept trying to make me look crazy. And then I got into an argument with him, and he got hostile. And then he asked security for me to leave and stuff like that. Now, did some research on the guy. Apparently, he's Larry Fink's grandson. Larry Fink is the CEO of BlackRock.
Ooh.
Okay. And apparently he is the grandson. He is the son of Life Fink's estranged son. So he abandoned his pops. Life Fink abandoned his pops, and he is that kid's son. So he said, "I hate my grandfather. I hate my uncles, and they know me because they know I expose all of this stuff. Once my dad got an inside track on how the business and stuff works, I just kind of been exposing it. Now I bring that all the way back around to Joe Rogan because lately on his show, I've been noticing a shift in his tone when he talks about certain people. By certain people, I'm talking about those real estate agents.
Those real
Okay.
estate agents, yes.
Now he is down to talk about aliens. He's down to talk about pyramids. He's down to talk about Egypt. He's down to talk about the Democratic Party. He's down to talk about it all. But all of a sudden, if you say that the real estate agents control media, you are a conspiracy theorist and you are crazy. I think that is interesting for a couple of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had some really strong opinions leading up to this, this whole election, right? He became, as you saw, his interview with Trump had almost, I think, 50 million views, maybe a little bit under 50 million views. So he clearly has the biggest podcast in the world. So his platform is important, but it seems that he is now bought and paid for, guys. That he got a call somewhere and somebody told him something and somebody told him to, and that same guy, Beauty Marked, I don't know his name. He exposed that the UFC is owned by real estate agent and who's run by a real estate agent who has ties to Jeffrey Epstein. And he goes, the person who talks about the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, you can't tell me he doesn't know the company he works for has a connection, and it gets interesting. So, thoughts? What do you guys think in the chat?
Well, Malcolm, I'm going to say this. All of them, I'm going to say 90, not going to say all, 95% of these podcasts are bought and paid for. You just got to accept that. I mean, do you honestly think that either people don't have common sense or they've been paid some dollars and cents? It's just that simple for me. You know what I mean? Especially a platform that big. How do you move the narrative of the people now? Back in the days, it had to be grassroots on the streets, or your local news station had to convey a message. And then, you meet people in the neighborhood. All the churches was in on it because they part of the 501c3 and they was getting money. Now, this is a brave new world. And it's called the internet and social media. And so you cannot obviously think that these podcasts are not owned and controlled. That's, Malcolm, I taught you better than that. Power is, the way they do it is to give off the appearance that you have an independent voice and can say what you want. However, we learned over the last 8 years, 4 years in particular, you can't say what you want because anything that was not a part of the narrative that they was trying to push got deleted, got blocked, got omitted, got fact-checked, and all this old crazy stuff that didn't exist prior. So the goal is to allow you to think you are free. That's the goal. And that you've come upon the ability to vote that is empowering you and changing your life when they already know who the winner is going to be. So, even some of these hip hop podcasts are being paid by these record labels and all of that stuff to promote narratives. That's why they never do fundraisers like we do. You ever notice that? We're the only ones doing fundraisers, shit. You know, yo, we buy this hat, man. Yo, you helping the family out. We're the only ones that doing that shit.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, we good, we getting that money, sponsored by whoever, right? And if I sponsor you, then you must be in alignment because corporations rule everything around me. You must be in alignment with my message.
J Nightman asks, what happens when I get that call? If I get that call, I'm gonna blink really, really hard.
Yes.
Okay, that's the sign.
Morse code. Yes.
I'm gonna blink really, really. So just in case. All right.
Yeah.
I'm looking in the camera.
So I'm not surprised of any of that because only thing keeping this thing in its orbit is your thought process and connection with it. So they are here to own those thoughts now because you're not using them. I said that 1,000 times before, right?
Yeah.
And so each one of these podcasts, especially a podcast of that magnitude, right?
Yeah.
That means he has the ability to shift opinion, shift movement, shift what you buy. That's a lot of power. But we are learning as the podcasters and so-called regular people's power is going up, celebrity power is going down.
Yeah, so you gotta make a new, not ruling class, but like a new, essentially a new a new class of influencers because celebrities aren't the influence anymore. Like
they're just not.
They're not. Yeah.
When you can roll that many celebrities out for Kamala, I don't know who else was to roll out. Oprah got paid $1 million for that interview.
Yeah.
All right.
Apparently, she paid
that Red Channel got taken down last night, mid-broadcast. See what I'm saying? Know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So that's crazy.
And so Oprah got paid $1 million. No telling what Beyonce got paid. All of these people got paid. And the reason that they also lined up, you know, you had the rumors that they might have all been on the freak offs and all of that. It runs deeper than that. They've been given a platform based on the Democratic Party that they could do whatever the hell they want to do. And so they're fighting for that way of life. This thing is deep, bro. This thing is deep. You know what I mean? And so, no, I'm not surprised.